Columbus, Ohio, this is the Get Business Credit YouTube channel with your host, Josh Van Horn. Subscribe now and hit the bell notification right now to stay up to date as soon as we release new business credit gems. Take it over, Josh.
Hey, what's up? It's Josh with the Get Business Credit YouTube channel. Today we have a special guest. It's Aaron, the founder of Fairfigure. Aaron, good to have you today.
Yeah, Josh, thanks so much for having me on the channel.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. We've been trying to get this meeting and interview together for a while now. And if you just want to start off, tell the viewers a little bit about yourself and your history, and then a little bit about Fairfigure.
Yeah, that's our goal, to kind of create that credit karma for the business owner. And there's a lot of great tools out there for businesses to access funding and capital, but there's not a lot of options for that brand new business. And I always like to say, our ideal customer who we want to work with is, that hairstylist that wants to open her own salon, that truck driver that wants to go open a dispatch center, maybe get their own truck. This is someone that just formed their LLC, they got their company set up, their website, and they go, okay, what's next? Where do I go? And there's just not a lot of resources for, customers and businesses like that. So that's kind of where Fairfigure came from. My background is in computer engineering. I've been in the fintech space for, maybe 10 years now. We kicked off Fairfigure in 2021. So it's probably like 2 years of development. That is programming, coding, acquiring banking licenses, stuff like that. So I believe in September is when we first started funding actual accounts and cards. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
All right. So for those that didn't watch the past video that I put out about Fairfigure, don't know anything about Fairfigure, Aaron, if you want to just kind of tell them a little bit about the differences on the three different, the Fundex, your Fundex score, who you report to, what you get, the free version, paid version.
Yeah, we have two products. Well, I guess three of them, because one of them is technically free. Today, you can go on the Fairfigure platform for free, type in your company information, and you're going to get access to your Creditsafe report and something we call the Fundex score. And the Fundex score is our own proprietary scoring model. That's your likelihood of 1 to 100% of getting funding today for your business. It's not meant to replace your business credit score, but it's meant to augment or use in tandem with your business credit score. So whenever you're going to apply, those final checks and everything's ready to go, that you're going to get a swift approval. The business credit scores are reporting on a monthly basis. The Fundex is reporting on a daily, so you can have great business credit scores, but maybe you missed a payment, maybe a check bounce, something like that. We're going to alert you to that before the underwriter is going to be able to see it. So it's just that final check before applying for funding. So that's available on the free tier. We also have a premium tier. It's at $29.99 a month. You're going to get access to your Equifax commercial reports, your Creditsafe reports, as well as your Fundex. We also provide you with your Tri-Bureau Vantage 3 scores, so your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian, with the identity theft protection. What's really cool about the premium program is that it's reporting as a utility trade line in your business credit. So if you're a new business, you're looking to get some diversity in your trade lines outside of the traditional net 30s, it's just a great product to kind of add into the mix of your business credit profile.
Okay. So just to clarify things, so there's the free version, and that's you get the Creditsafe profile and the Fundex score.
Mhm.
And then there's the premium version, and that's $29.95 a month. But with our special link, that exclusive discount, you'll get 50% off for the first 2 months. So definitely make sure you use that link. But for that's going to be reported also as a trade line. So essentially, if you get approved, the card or whatever, that's going to be 2 different trade lines being reported, correct?
Yeah, so we have the premium monitor. You could also apply for capital, the Fairfigure capital card. So it'll be 2 different trade lines. With the card program, it's a little bit different than these cards you're seeing out on the market. You have your Divvy, you have your Brex, Ramp, stuff like that. Those are going to be for your higher limits. This card, the Fairfigure capital card, really is for that new business looking to get their first starter card. So with the Fundex score of 30, you could apply. So it's very minimal. I think to get a 30 Fundex score, you probably need like $2,500 a month in deposits and just no derogatory trades on your file. You'll get an offer. This is a low funding amount. The intent of the card is to build your business credit scores, not to give you $20,000. So you could check between $250 and $1,000. That gets funded to the card instantly. You could use that in your Apple Pay, Google Pay. We also send you a physical card in the mail. You can select your payment terms on that. So it'll be either a 4 or 8 week term. So those weekly payments will come out. You pay off the card. At the end of it, you could renew, or you could just use the card as a debit card if you'd like. So that's the intention, to increase funding over time based on responsible payment habits. What we'd like to see, though, is, as we're working with the bureaus, we're doing some tests, making sure that everything that we're doing with the card is for the advantage of you, the customer. So we don't want to make any big program changes without doing experiments first, because there could be a possibility where, you have $1,000 limit, it increases to 10,000, and then for some reason to bring it down to 1,000, it could impact your score. So we're
Right.
very careful
True.
what we're doing with the program, and we're running internal experiments with the bureaus to make sure that everything we're doing is to benefit you if you're making your payments on time.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. If you say it's a $500 initial limit, so that you have the card payments, the payback on the funding, and then the premium service, just like say a NAV or eCredible. Is that correct? So you're gonna get the two trade
Yeah,
lines.
that's correct. You're going to get a financial service trade line with the card, and then you're going to get a utility trade line with the premium monitor. I think it's really important to have diversity in your commercial profile. A few years ago, you could just get your quill and a bunch of net 30s and boost your score and move on. It's not so much like that anymore. It's more like consumer, where they're going to want to see your credit card, they want to see utility, they want to see this, this, and this, to show lenders that you can responsibly handle different types of credit. So I think
Yeah, the
what's
account
cool
mix.
yeah. So I think it's cool that we're offering two different types of trade lines to your profile, and then you could go add your quill and grangers and stuff on that. And, it never hurts, but definitely great having those two trade lines in one product. I'd say like 80% of the underwriting is done through our computer system. That last 20%, we like to always manually review a file just to make sure everything's checking out. So I'd say during the week, between business hours, Monday through Friday, you'll probably get approval answer within an hour. And once you're approved, we fund the card immediately. So once you click approve and you accept your terms, you could choose a 4 or 8 week term on that. The card is loaded instantly, so you could add it to your Apple Pay, you could add to your Google Pay, and we also ship the physical card in the mail.
Right. So in the payment terms, you said, you said there's option between 4 and 8 week payback term, and you do
Yeah,
like a weekly payment?
so it's not a charge card, and it's not a credit card. It's structured more like an installment loan funded onto the Fairfigure card. So that full amount, the $1,000, is originated. So you own that $1,000. You could go swipe, you could go shop. Your payments start the following week. So if you fund it on a Friday, you selected a 4 week term. That means that every Friday, a quarter of that balance due is going to come back to the card.
Okay, gotcha. All right, that's pretty flexible. That's definitely unique compared to others out there. It gives you a little bit more time as well,
Yeah. So
especially for
people,
those that want to pay like subscriptions or something they have. That's not expensive, but you could put them all on there, all your business subscriptions, hosting, email, things like that, right?
yeah, and we'll see folks too. Like you could choose a 4 or 8 week term on it. We'll see folks put, $500 on an 8 week term, but then you can see them paying off their other net 30 vendors with the card, which is really
Mm,
interesting. So we see a lot of swipes for Uline and these other vendors. So they're kind of leveraging that money and putting it to work to pay off other vendors.
strategically, yeah,
Yeah.
using that. Yeah, I mean that's what I've taught a lot of people on this channel. That of course it helps to have your own starting capital, but there is strategic ways if you know how to leverage. Just like that's a perfect example right there, what you just said. And make other people's money work for you.
Mhm.
So
Absolutely.
that's definitely good. Now, do they? Is there any fees involved with that? Is there a percentage? Say if
Yeah.
it's 1,000.
Yeah, so to apply is free, and then how we charge it is a flat percentage on the origination. So it could be based on your time in business, and also the 4 8 week terms. So it could range from like a 1.15 to a 1.149 factor on that.
I would assume the shorter payback period would be a lower fee,
Yeah,
right?
so shorter
Yeah.
payback period is going to be cheaper. If you want to take longer, it's a little bit more expensive.
Okay. And then those payments are being reported as trade experiences, right? Trade payment experiences to the
Yeah,
business bureau.
absolutely.
So that's going to help.
Yeah, so it depends on, every situation is unique, and, obviously consult with a credit advisor on, what terms you should be selecting. Some people want a higher limit and they just want to pay it off in 30 days just to get that quick boost. Some people might want a lower limit, but they might want to stretch it out over 2 months so they get 2 months of reporting on that same trade line. So it kind of just depends on your situation, what you want to do with that data.
So it will continue consistently report every month as long as you when the terms are up, as long as you renew it, right?
So we keep your file in the trade file, but the way the business credit scores work is they're really looking for balance due and balance paid, right?
Right.
So you'd have $1,000 balance due, then you make a payment, half of it 500, and the next month you have $1,000 500 due. You make your final 500. If you have a zero balance on the card, it's still in the trade file, but it's not going to impact your score unless there's a balance due on it.
Right, right. And sometimes when you have, zero balance due, but you've had past ones, sometimes that's going to hurt your business credit scores. I know, especially with Experian, it does. If you don't use them, it can, I don't want to say negatively, it's not going to really hurt your score per se,
Mhm.
but it is going to affect your future approvals because if you just have a whole bunch of net 30s like Uline Quill and
Yeah.
there's only one experience in the last 6 months, because they really factor in, especially with Experian, the last 6 months of data. That's how they come up with the majority of the scores come down to the last 6 months. So you really want to be like kind of consistent with it like that. But
Yeah,
but
you wanna exercise your accounts for sure. It's great to sign up for 10,000 net 30s, but if you're not having a balance reporting, it's not really benefiting you in any way.
yeah, just like some people out there are saying, get a Sunbelt Rentals. They'll give you 30,000 limit
Yeah.
to anybody, but unless you're needing a crane, I don't know what the point and you know what the point in that trade line is because it's not going to report unless you get a tractor or rent a overpriced crane or something. But
I think that's
anyways, yeah, I think that's about it. I think we covered everything. You guys can go on the link will be in the description below and you can see the process, what you have to do. I'm just going to show it here real quick. Okay. Yeah. So you just go here, you just sign up. You do have to link your bank account if you can touch on that real quick.
Yeah,
About it's
so
secure, right?
yeah, so it's through Plaid, so it's the same technology that Amex is using, QuickBooks is using, I think Venmo even uses them as well. So you link it with Plaid, so we don't actually have your bank login. They give us a token that you authorize us to process and read your data. So it's completely secure. We can't make transfers out of your account with it. But it's a way for us to get extra data to actually underwrite that file for you.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So, um, and that comes into factor as well with you guys' your Fundex score too, right? That banking data.
Yeah, the fund X score is going to be based on, negative days, deposit count, deposit amount, time in business, and then we also add additional data in there from the bureaus and from, Secretary of State. So that's where that score is derived from.
Okay, gotcha. For the viewers there, this is kind of like the sample dashboard here, but it's easy to sign up. I think it took me like 2 minutes literally to sign up. I would definitely try it at the very least. Let's kind of stress out who the ideal client is real quick and also the minimum requirements because we don't want to discourage those that are just brand new business that just started, say, a month ago.
Mhm.
May not be able to get funding right away, but the reporting is beneficial. So if you can
Yeah,
just touch
I'd
on that
say
and then we'll close it up.
Yeah, I'd say if you're brand new, come on in. If you're more established, still come on in. If you're a new business, you just started a month ago. I know it's January, new year, new me. You probably don't have a few months of banking history yet, but you will. And I think it's important to get in here, start building those trade experiences, and make sure all your data is aligned. So what's the data on the Secretary of State? Is it matching with what the bureaus have? So that's a really helpful tool for that new business. And if you've been around for 3 or 4 months and you kind of want to get some funding, your first card, it's a great resource for you as well.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, it sounds exciting, and I know there's other features and things that you guys have in the works behind the scene that
Mhm.
we've already spoke about. I don't want to, tell anything about that. You guys just have to stay
Yeah,
tuned. I'm
we're
sure we'll do a follow-up videos here very soon too with other things.
we're doing weekly rollouts, but Josh will be the first to know, so we'll let you know before we push something. So we're very, very excited about what's coming up this year.
Yeah, definitely. All right, I think that's it. Again, you guys just use the link in the description below and use the promo code GBC50, I think, right?
Yeah, JVC 50.
Yeah, and that will get you the 50% off the first 2 months for the premium version. And that's definitely going to help your business credit for sure. I definitely recommend it. All right. Thanks so much, Aaron, for coming on and look forward to seeing what the future holds.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.